Good afternoon everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, let's do a walk around and tour of a 2023 Ford F-150 Limited. Now, I just reviewed a Platinum and I said that if you think the Limited is nice, think again, the Platinum is going to be a bit nicer. Well, I was completely wrong because the Limited trim level is going to be a more refined version in a way of the Platinum, except when you go to the inside, you are going to get a much nicer interior, much better equipped vehicle. And in this case here, this one does have a couple of goodies. Specifically, this one here has the 3.5 liter power boost, which is going to be the full hybrid engine that is offered here in the F-150. Now, with that being said, a huge thank you to Bob Thomas Pre-Owned, which is a part of the Thomas Auto Group here in McKinney, Texas, for giving me some time with this one today. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started. As you can see, the F-150 Limited does come standard with Ford's typical key fob, and it has all your functions right here, which includes your lock, unlock, your remote start, bed release, and panic button. To remote start this vehicle, just make sure the vehicle's locked, and double click the remote start function twice. And the hybrid engine is going to kick in and start the vehicle up, and then eventually the gas or the engine itself is going to turn on. And then when you're done, just double click the remote start function again, and it'll shut itself off from there. Starting off here in the front of the vehicle, as you can see, you do have a uniquely accented chrome grille, and it makes sense because, as you can see, this is the top of the line Limited trim level. It even spells out Limited across the hood, which is very cool. You have your Ford badge right here, followed by your front-facing camera. Panning out a little bit, as you can see, it does add a bit of a luxurious touch to it. You do have your chrome recovery hooks as well as your front parking sensors. You do have LED daytime running lights with xenon projector headlamps, followed by fog lamps down there below. And checking out the wheels and tires on this one, we were taking a look at a set of General Grabber tires on, I believe, 21-inch tires. Let me find the tire size here real quick. This is a 22-inch tire, actually, coming at 275 50R 22s all the way around. And the rims that you're looking at here are specific to the Limited trim level. Coming over to the door, this vehicle does have a smart key access system on for easy access to the exterior as well as the interior. By having the key fob in your pocket and coming up to the door, just put your hand in. There's a touch sensor inside, thus allowing the vehicle to unlock for you to jump on inside. And then when you're finished, close it up, tap this stop button right here, and the vehicle will lock itself up, and the power running boards will go back into place. The exterior color of this one is finished off in Agate Black Metallic with the Admiral Blue leather interior. Come over to the door panel. As you can see, you're going to have some soft touch material on top as well as at the bottom. It is also complemented with this nice stitching right here as well as on top. You do have an aluminum door handle. You're going to have 3-person memory seating, your unlock and lock switches here, your power mirror controls here. This is to open and close those mirrors for you. You do have your power windows here. Coming below that, you have a little storage area here. You have a deeper storage pocket here, and then you have one small area for a cup holder, and follow that up with another small area for a cup holder, followed by your Bang & Olufsen speaker here in the door jamb. You also do have this Limited kick plate right here, which looks very, very nice. Along with that smart key access system, the F-150 Platinum does come standard with push-button ignition. By having the key fob in your pocket or within the vehicle itself, just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to go. Very nice. The F-150 Platinum does come standard with a fully leather-wrapped, racking painted power steering wheel with controls on the left as well as on the right sides. The Limited trim levels are going to have the Ford emblem decolored, as you can see there. It's going to be in this silver finish, which is very nice. And of course, you have your Limited plaque or Limited spelt out down here, which is very nice. To the left, you're going to have your cruise control settings. You're going to have your audio controls down here, followed by your hands-free voice. To the right, you're going to have your controls here for the instrument cluster. You'll have your hands-free phone, as well as your seat track. Coming up here, we're taking a look at a fully digital instrument cluster containing 2 main gauges and 4 smaller gauges on top. To the left, you have your tachometer. To the right, you have your speedometer. On top, you have your coolant temperature, oil level, transmission temperature, as well as your fuel range. As you can see on the screen there in the middle, we're taking a look at the driver information center, and as you can tell, you can cycle through a couple of different things here, and that of course is going to be through this button on the steering wheel. So we are taking a look here at things such as your My View, trip and fuel, truck information, towing, navigation, phone, audio, and settings. Coming over here, we're taking a look at a 12-inch productivity infotainment system display, and it does look really nice in here. As you can see, I've talked about these in many Ford videos before, whether it's the F-Series or whatever Ford model I end up reviewing, and that's because this is a very easy and quite common system to see in most newer Ford products. Now, I am going to take my time and go through this because, of course, it is bear not only repeating, but of course, I might have new people checking out this video for the first time. So, like I said, this is going to be the 12-inch productivity display from Ford. This is, of course, going to have Sync 4 in there, which is going to make it easier, to have some of the newest over-the-air updates and stuff of that nature. But basically, it's a better system that came out for the 2022 model year. Now, with that being said, we're going to start off here with your settings, which is where you're going to see everything here that you can enable, disable, change, and make it your own. And you're going to have things such as your radio, phone list, sync navigation, sound, vehicle, clock, personal profiles, general, followed up with your display, connectivity, vehicle hotspot, mobile apps, software updates, Ford Assistant, Amazon Alexa, 911 Assist, as well as your valet mode. So starting things off here, we're going to go to our radio settings, for example, and you can turn on and off or enable or disable your FM HD radio, as well as your radio text, and you can change your preset pages. Coming over to your vehicle settings, you're going to have things here that come with the vehicle standard, not pertaining to any options or whatnot, but these are things that you can enable and disable and kind of make it your own preferences. So for example, your 30-minute max idle, you can enable or disable. Rear occupant alert, you can enable or disable. Eco idle, since we have the power boost, you can enable or disable. And then you have things such as easy entry and exit, your My Key, remote start setup, wipers, your power tailgate, lighting, ambient lighting, locks, mirrors, as well as your door keypad code. Come over to your phone list here. It's going to show you all the phones that are connected to this particular vehicle, and you can actually take off the ones that you don't want, so that way it'll be easier for you to connect a phone to the vehicle. And of course, you have phone settings over here. As you can see, you can erase as many as you can see on this list here, for example. Come over here to your general settings. General settings is basically going to be where you can adjust certain things such as your language, temperatures, using units of measurement, tire pressure units, as well as any licensing and software information is going to be at the very bottom. Let's say we want to go to our sync navigation settings, of course. You have map orientation, voice, traffic on map, avoid on route, show on map, trailer route routing, your weather, as well as more settings. So this all pertains to your your navigation system. Come over to this side. Let's say we want to go and check out our display. You can adjust the brightness, and you can of course adjust, or not adjust, but to turn on your calm screen. You have software updates, which is going to pertain to the over-the-air updates that I was just talking about. Ford Assistant is going to be kind of like, let's say you have Amazon Alexa, which is literally right next to it, or Google Assistant. It's basically going to allow you to speak to a voice, and it's going to allow you to say help, or if you have any questions or whatever the case may be. That is what that is for. Amazon Alexa, that's a part of that's a part of Amazon, and if you have an Amazon account, you can of course sign in and get all that set up. 911 Assist, let's say you're stuck in a situation where it requires law enforcement services, that is what you're going to be able to use that for. Vehicle hotspot, of course, is going to allow you to connect to your vehicle hotspot in the vehicle. It's going to show your data usage, any settings, you can manage your devices, and of course, if this is your first time using a hotspot system, you can go to help getting started for that particular function. And then your valet mode is when you lock up certain functions or things within the vehicle. So basically your glove compartment, your glove box, that's all going to be locked up through a 4-pin code that you have to put in, and then you have to put that code in again in order to disable the valet mode. So It's pretty comprehensive, but it's also very, very cool to see how each of these things work on a daily basis. Moving on to your audio system here, we're going to turn the audio down for copyright purposes. It's going to show what's playing on your radio. You have your sources here, which include AM, FM, what we're looking at right now, as well as Sirius XM. You have your seek track down here. You're going to have your presets down here. You have direct tune as well as your sound adjustments there. Coming to phone, this is where you can connect a phone to the vehicle or add a phone to the vehicle's Bluetooth system. This is your navigation system in the F-150 Platinum. It's very nice and well detailed, as you can see, and it's pretty easy to kind of move around and kind of check out as well. So I like it, and it does do the job for you. You do have some settings over here, which include your search destinations, recent destinations, and saved destinations. You have your driver assistance information here, which is going to give you all your driver assistance information that come with the vehicle. So you have your adaptive cruise control, speed limit assist, lane keeping system, pre-collision assist, blind spot information system, parking aid sensors, cross traffic alert, rear brake assist, and driver alert. And some of these things you can see here can enable or disable, which is very, very easy to do, and it's very cool as well. Coming down to your apps, you have 5 mobile apps: Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, as well as mobile apps help. And then we come over here to features, which are going to be things that come directly with the vehicle standards. So as you can see, we just went through our driver assistance. You have running boards, Pro Power onboard, zone lighting, towing, onboard scales, smart hitch, your power flow, owner's manual, and record feedback. So let's say you want to go and check out our running boards, for example. You can adjust the different modes, kick switch, and approach detection. You can turn that on or off. Let's say we want to go to our Pro Power onboard. As you can see here, it's going to show how much watts that was generated for you to use for your tools and all that stuff, which is very nice. You can even do a test with that as well. And you can turn the Pro Power onboard system itself on or off. Let's say we want to go to our power flow. That's going to show how much power is being distributed between the different not transmissions, but the different axles and the system itself at the bottom here. So it's very, very cool to see. And of course, we're at idle right now since I'm basically parked doing this review, but as you can see, it's kind of cool to check out that technology, and it's nice to see that the F-150 does have this power boost motor. Onboard scales, when we click on that, that's going to, I believe, basically, onboard scales is not intended for trade measurement usage. Be aware of the additional weight of passengers not in the vehicle while loading. So basically, it's not a loading system by any means, but it's going to show you how much payload you have in the vehicle. It's going to show the vehicle mode, not for commercial use, obviously. So pretty cool information to see on the screen. Coming over here to your zone lighting, you can adjust the zone lighting and all that. That's what this is for here. You can turn that on, and you can see here you can adjust or turn on and turn off for all the different zones there. And then over here you can consult your owner's manual from inside of the vehicle and record feedback, so to allow you to record certain things, not certain things, but you can record things in the vehicle, and of course you can hit play back to you. So it's really, really nice to see that in a vehicle like this. And so we move on over here to our shortcut area, which includes your trip on information, which shows your average fuel economy, elapsed time, miles driven, as well as how much of those were driven in electric mode. You can switch that over to trip 2 as well, as you can see. Come over here to your fuel economy. Follow that up with your eco behavior, which is basically going to give you a score of how well you're driving the vehicle. Off-road information there. Pro Power onboard, as we just talked about. Zone lighting. Camera in the bed. Navigation. Phone. And back to trip information there. And so with that being said, guys, that's going to wrap it up here for the infotainment system portion in the 2023 Ford F-150 Platinum. On top of there, though, you have a couple other things here. This is going to be for your Pro Power onboard. You're going to have your camera here, parking sensors, hazard button here, as well as your traction control on or off switch. Come below that, you're going to have your volume knob and tuning knob. You're going to have all your audio controls here, seat and track, and stuff of that nature. Below that, you're going to have your dual zone climate controls. You're going to have heated and ventilated seats for the front as well as front passenger. This is to adjust the fan speed here. fan positioning, rear air controls here, recycling, AC, max AC, and stuff like that, which is very nice to see. Below that, you do have a USB-C port and a USB to charge your device, or you can put your phone on this wireless charging pad, which is very nice. And you can close it up like that to kind of give it a cleaner look. To the left of the screen here, we're taking a look at your Pro Trailer Backup Assist, as well as your Trailer Brake Controller. They both work in unison to make sure that you're accurately backing up into your trailer, so that way you'll be able to go to where you can go to where it is that you need to go. Below that, you're going to have your four-wheel drive adjuster here, followed by your drive mode selector. And then that brings us back up to this screen, which includes, when you go to your drive modes, normal, slippery, deep snow/sand, mud/ruts, tow haul, eco, and sport. And to the right over here, you do have a 120 watt outlet, as well as a regular house plug-in. You're going to have two cup holders here. You have your 10-speed automatic transmission here, which when you put the vehicle into reverse, you do have a backup camera with guidance lines that adjusts as you turn the wheel. You also have a 360 camera into the right of that, as you can see right there. You also have a couple of the camera views, which includes a widescreen view, a split screen view, what's going on in the bed. That's going to be for your trailering. That's going to be for what it is that you're towing. And that's going to be for your trailer reverse guidance. Come over here to your glove compartment. As you can see, it's nicely decorated with this beautiful genuine leather with stitching on the sides. You also have your F-150 limited plaque right here, which includes the model year of this vehicle, the VIN number, as well as what number this one is, as you can see right over there. Opening this up, you do have a storage safe box here, which is optional from Ford as an accessory. And then coming to the seats here on the F-150 Limited, it's really nice. It's very comfortable. You do get the plush and very nicely quilted seats in here. You do have some nice side bolsters. You have your Limited badge right here where you're going to be resting your back, and it does look really nice. And overall, it just adds a nice bit of detail to the seats. Come over here to your glove box. You have a good amount of storage space inside. You have this carbon fiber look on right here, which is just really cool to see. And this is also going to open up as a little storage area on top, which is cool. Genuine soft touch material on top. You do have your mirror here, followed by controls here for your sunroof, as well as your overhead lights. You also do have your sunglass holder here. You're going to have garage home link here, followed by your visor, a mirror, and LED lighting. To the left of that, of course, you're going to have controls here for your mirrors. Open up the tailgate. Open up the third quarter window, fuel tank, headlight controls, fog light controls, as well as the gauge dimmer switches. But overall, the Ford F-150 Limited is a really, really nice looking truck, and don't underestimate when I said that the Platinum is a better looking truck than the Limited, because in a way where it kind of is, you can't forget about how nice the interior of this one looks. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and continue the tour of this amazing truck. Coming to the back of the F-150 Limited, as you can see, materials do fall through in this one, and they do look really, really nice. You're going to have two seat pockets, one on this side and one on that side. You're going to have two cup holders here. You're going to have your rear vents here, your rear heated seat functions. You do have an outlet inside. Follow that up with your USB-C and USB ports, and follow that up with a 120 volt house plug-in right there. You do have the all-weather floor liners on the floor. And you get an additional set of cup holders with a padded armrest. This one here does have Ford's Easy Fuel capless fuel filler, making it easier to fill out at the gas station. The F-150 Limited does come standard with LED taillights in the back, and it does look really nice. You have Limited spelled out here, and it's in this chrome trim, which looks absolutely beautiful on this truck. You have your F-150 badge right here, followed by your Ford logo right there on the right. You also have your parking sensors, as well as a tow hitch. When properly equipped, this truck here in particular, with the Power Boost engine, can tow upwards of 12,700 pounds. Soft opening tailgate. As you can see here, you do have a couple of hooks that you can hook stuff in. I'm not entirely sure what this is for, but it does serve a purpose. You do have your LED cab lighting here, as well as right here, followed by your full power onboard, which is very nice. You do have a little measuring area here for those who are going to be using this a lot, especially if you're going to be in like, let's say construction or whatever business you're going to be using it for. You always have a ruler here, which is nice. And you do also have here this, which is going to be for helping you to get into the bed more efficiently. Under the hood of the Ford F-150 Limited, we're taking a look at one of Ford's newest engines, which made its debut, I believe, a little over a year or two ago. This is going to be Ford's 3.5-liter Power Boost engine. Essentially, it's a V6 with a hybrid system inside of it as well. It produces 430 horsepower and 570 pound-feet of torque. This is going to be made to a 10-speed automatic transmission, and this one is 4-wheel drive. Alright guys, so back in the F-150 Limited. This is one of the last, or second to last trim levels that I have not filmed yet. And I will tell you that this truck here looks absolutely beautiful. To me, it looks better than the Platinum that I just reviewed recently. But, you know, to each their own, whether you like the Platinum, whether you like the Limited, you are going to be getting a truck that's going to be for everyone. And the F-150 does offer a trim level for everyone, so if you're not really a big fan of these luxury, high-end, more expensive versions of the F-150, you can, of course, always go to a Lariat or even an XLT, because those ones are starting to become more luxurious as well. But with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this walk-around and tour of the 2023 Ford F-150 Platinum with the Power Boost. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.